Row down the stream. Now I've cocked it up.
I think Christian Benteke, though, I have such a man crush on that man. I'm 36 years old, and I'm thinking about getting a poster for my bedroom wall.
The speed at which Dick came to Sunderland was...
The only coming out party that Sammy and Nasri might be having is when he declares to the world that he's actually a 25-year-old lesbian.
When Martin Atkinson introduces himself as a referee, that's just wishful thinking.
First half was kind of like the awkward date of two 13-year-olds.
Hello, this is Corey Martin, sending in a clip from Stoke in the UK. And yep, I still have yet to meet a Stoke supporter.
Bold. Doritos bold. Doritos, please sponsor us.
McAllen. I'm going to use a different scotch until Everton actually get 3 points.
Well, we're all going to get to watch Steven Gerrard stand in a guard of honor in one of his last games in England. So I think we all win in this one, right?
Hello, my hard-on's finally gone down.
Did you see a doctor?
No. I was actually talking to you, did the trick.
Do I sound like a prostitute, Morgan?
Dirty pirate hooker.
I don't want Paul Lambert to get sacked first. Haha! Surprise, everybody. I want him to resign. At gunpoint, if need be.
Most of the people that came to watch the Hull game probably should have just stayed home and watched Coronation Street. It would have been more exciting.
It's from a fucking poem, you turkey burger. Like, are you just going to call a guy a turkey burger? Like, you run out of things to call him, so that's the first thing that pops into your mind.
Before we end this podcast, we have some Capital One Cup matches this week.
Well, hold on. I thought we were calling it the cock.
But it's kind of interesting that Benteke has Bent in his name and is a greedy bastard like the other one. So
I mean, I can replace Nasri with a pylon.
Kitely. I always say Knightley because every time I see the name, I think Keira Knightley. I'm a complete fucking asshole.
The Freudian slip.
That's right.
Classic.
Do I want to have sex with her, listeners? I don't know, maybe.
It says Di Canio labels players as empty brains, which could be Italian for empty brains.
And we spend the money better than Tottenham.
Newcastle United, Matt.
Parlez-vous français? Terrible.
Derek, I have nothing but utter contempt for my team right now. They're about as useful as a colostomy bag in a swimming pool.
Hey, Dave, do you think the Europa League's a cancer?
I don't think it's a cancer at all. I think it's a wart. You know, one of those really unpleasant things sometimes, but it's treatable. And
Yes, folks, I have a Stoke player in my fantasy team.
I don't really like Van Gaal all that much. He's kind of prickly in everything that he does, with emphasis on prick.
All right, listeners, since that introduction I recorded, I had to have dinner with my in-laws, and I may or may not be drunk. JC, what do you think about Klopp?
I don't know. When I see him, I see somebody who may stab somebody.
I just crushed every single word of Lisa Loeb you say. I'm ready to go.
Big Sam can kiss my ass.
I don't know what's happened to Martin D. Michaelis, but every week he seems to get slower and slower and slower, and it seems to have coincided with his long overdue marriage to his Playboy supermodel wife.
Watching Villa live is just far too excruciating, especially when you have the option to play 18 holes of golf.
You know, watching Arsenal today was like owning the entire Beatles back catalogue, but only listening to Octopus's Garden on repeat.
I was just going to say, it'd be a real shame if West Brom went down. Real shame.
Bakary Sanya cut his hair.
Absolutely, he's more aerodynamic.
And with us as well, it's West Ham contributor Dave Hozick.
Shut up.
I'll take for all the toilets in Portman Road to explode at the same time during the next Ipswich home game. All of them, every level.
Fair or not fair, Justice Martin Wills, the Monk sacking.
I think it's fair. I think you can't be a serious team if you have a manager with that haircut.
I'd like to see the fleas of 1,000 camels infest the pubic hairs of Morgan Rubish.
And with us as well, Manchester United contributor Adam Wagner.
I pretty much just don't feel anything anymore.
As we all know, Pellegrini's on his way out, and he seems to be kind of short-dicking it right now.
The West Brom fans, you know, the very few literate ones, don't actually read any up-to-date material.
Mark Clattenburg, I think he looks at his watch and he says, okay, it's hit 40 minutes. I can start dishing out cards.
I was going to say that all of Chelsea's wags have a little bit of John Terry in them.
Look, Atkinson does have some really good games. You just don't know when they're going to happen.
So Kabul is a little bit knocked up. Not pregnant, but a little bit knocked up.
You're welcome, Internet.
I was going to say, just tell the Sunderland wives and girlfriends to just be careful. Pardew coming into town. You just got to kind of watch. Just make sure you know where everybody is. You're seeing a whole team of psychiatrists, right?
A lot of cocaine in Leicester tonight, I'm sure.
Whose squad is more underperforming than I am in bed.
We'll be gentle. The safe word is subscribe.
And again, disclaimer, asterisk, I talk absolute shit.
Nordtveit, Havard Nordtveit came in from Borussia Mönchengladbach. I like saying that.
Sorry, I had muted my mic. I get better commentary that way, I find.
Hey, Matt, I got a voicemail from Joe Hart. You want to hear it?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no.